there aren't going to be any more skits in these episodes unless you want me to. Comment down below if you want to see them. But yeah, there won't be any more skits. But anyway, welcome to episode 3 of the road to Super Mario's 35th anniversary. And it's past March 31st, and Mario's 35th anniversary is over. I wanted to finish before, but I haven't uploaded this series in 3 months, so I might as well just keep on going for a Mario retrospective. The new Super Mario Bros. Series. The Mario series was very successful at the time, but with the 2D games, it was a bit more successful than with the 3D ones. However, when Nintendo announced the Nintendo DS in 2004, they revealed many games for the platform, and one including a new 2D Mario. And it was still very early in development, and was meant to be 5th in the Super Mario Advance series, which were the remakes of the classic Super Nintendo and NES games on Game Boy Advance, except for Super Mario Bros. But yeah, but this game was still got people excited because the last Mario game was released in 1992, well, the last 2D one at least, so people were very excited for the game. And it did release in 2006 with the new DS revision called Nintendo DS Lite. And it's probably some people's favourite revision of the DS. However, my award goes to the DSi XL because it has better battery life, better speakers, better screens, better charging times, But the DS Lite is probably the second best because it has GBA support, and the first DS isn't as good. But I'm not talking about the DS, I'm talking about the game. Anyway, let's talk about the first game. And it had 8 worlds, or some people say 2 special worlds, but you just have to beat 2 bosses with the mini mushroom to get it. Oh, spoiler about the power-ups. But yeah, it had many 2D levels of, Mario levels. And they were really fun. I think that's a bad thing for New Super Mario Bros. Well, not bad, just not as good as the other games. I'm not a fan of the level design all too much. Some levels are, good, but then some levels aren't as good as they are in the future entries. But yeah, also, the power-ups in this game. We also have the returning mushroom, fire flower, and star, and the 1-up as well, which isn't really a power-up. Whereas some new ones being the mini mushroom, which makes you shrink really tiny. And, it's access to get 2 extra worlds in the game. Some people say it's okay. I think it is. When I was younger, I used to love it, but when I'm older now, I think it's quite bad, to be honest. But yeah, it is, cool, but not that necessary, and it's used way too much in the game. The Mega Mushroom, which is the highlight of this game, even though it's in only a couple of few levels, even got its own Toad House. Why wasn't it with the normal ones? I don't know. Anyway, it turns you big for a temporary amount of time. You can basically break lots of things. You can break pipes, blocks, and I don't know why you can break the pipes. I guess it's cool, but I should be able to reload because when playing 1-1, if you break the pipes and stuff, you won't be able to go on the ground to get the star coin. Yeah, they should fix that. But yeah, and also the blue shell. Now, people say it's a good power-up, some people hate it. I say it's mediocre. When it's used in fun levels where it's actually useful, I say it's quite good. But it's not the best power-up, and I prefer the shell from 3D World. I don't know why, but I guess you do run out of temporarily, but still, I'm not really a fan of it. But, the power-ups in this game are quite bad. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, the shell actually helps you swimming in water, which is probably the best part about the power-up for me. But yeah, the new power-ups aren't that good as, say, Mario Wii or Mario U's power-ups. But, let's talk about some other things in the game. Starting with the bosses. You normally fight Bowser Jr. every mid-boss, which gets old really quickly as a mid, but I guess it's a mid-boss. But unlike in Mario Wii, where every end you fight the Koopalings as the mid-boss and as the final one. It's cool to see them return, But I liked how New Super Mario Bros. U did the Koopalings at the end and Boom Boom in the middle, but I'll talk about that later. But anyway, the Bowser Jr. fights get really stale. But the end bosses of each world are probably one of the best parts about the game. They're all unique. It's not the Koopalings, they're not all Bowser, or yeah, they're actually really cool. Now, the bosses are like unique. Like for the first world, yeah, it's a Bowser. I think in World 6 is like the Bone Bowser. But again, between there's really cool. You've got a Mummy Pokey, you've got a giant Goomba, we have the Lucky Thunder, so much more and cool and unique bosses, which I wish the games did better, like with the 3D games. But let's talk about more level design individually, because again, I'm not really a fan of the level design in the game. This could be for the controls, which we'll get to later, but I'd love to be able to play New Super Mario Bros. DS's levels with Mario Wii's or use, controls, just to see if it's actually the level design which isn't that good, or is it the controls, because I'm not really that sure. But again, some levels are really cool and again, unique. Like there's a one where it's mostly on a wiggler, and like with Mario 3D World, sometimes like if you're in, for example, there's a water level, but there's a sky level in a water world, but it's only happens sometimes. It's not like basically all the time with 3D World. But yeah, let's talk about the controls in this game, because we've already gone on for quite a bit. The controls are meh. It feels fine, but you can't like shake the remote to spin or anything. You can run with the Y button, which we haven't seen that happen in a long time at this point. But yeah, that's basically it, except you can do some 3D moves. You can't long jump or dive, but you can ground pound and wall jump. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's talk about the next game released on the Wii in 2009. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This one is quite a fun game, I must tell you. And it fixed lots of DS's issues, but brought on a couple of new ones as well. Now, with the Wii one, we've got better power-ups, well, new. We've got the mini mushroom returned as well from the DS one, just saying. Not the mini games didn't return, I forgot to talk about them, but they were just copied from Super Mario 64 DS, which is why I didn't really talk about it. But they added quite a few new ones, which are fun, and they're unlocked straight away. They didn't come back. And the multiplayer mode, the DS had the multiplayer mode with the Mario and Luigi mode versus Luigi mode. You had to beat each other, fight, get all the stars with the 5 custom stages. I mean, they brought multiplayer back, but not on the Mario versus Luigi form. It was just co-op now. With 2 players, it's fine, but with 3 or 4, it gets way too chaotic. I'm pretty sure you've heard that like tons of times already. But yeah, New Super Mario Bros. 3 again fixes the power-ups of the propeller suit, making you fly up in the air and then hover slowly back down. And the ice flower, I don't know why it took them this long. Well, I guess that Mario Galaxy had a bit differently, where you could just get across ice, but now you could throw ice balls. I don't know why it took it so long with Nintendo to do that. I thought something like that would happen in the first game. But again, we also got the penguin suit, which can also throw ice balls, but you can slide on your belly on ice. Really fun. It's a really good power-up. The power-ups in this game are really good too. The ones returning are the mini mushroom, normal mushroom, 5-hour stars, 1-ups. Yeah. After you beat a couple of levels, Toad will show up and you can rescue him for a couple of lives. But yeah, let's get to the controls. Now there are you can triple jump now. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you could do that in the DS one, or maybe you could. But yeah, and you can the controls feel a bit more floaty. It feels much more better to control. The game is now 16:9. It looks and runs a lot better. Yeah, the controls again. You can use the motion controls to stay in the air a bit. It's quite good. That's also how you use the mushroom. The level design is much better. Probably the best level design in the entire series. If I'll talk about why New Super Mario Bros. U is my favorite, and why if it didn't include something it wouldn't be. But yeah, I've talked about Mario Wii for quite a long time now. with 8 worlds, still with a special world 9 that you can unlock using star coins, which they're free in every level, and you find them, and you can if you find all the star coins in the world, you get a level in world 9. Well, that's only after you beat the final boss. The bosses this time are Koopalinks. It's cool to see them back, but they were used way too much in the game. Bowser Jr. he did return 3 times in the airships. You also got to fight Kamek in World 8 Fortress, which was quite cool. But in the final Bowser fight is amazing. But yeah, let's talk about New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS. Also known as Coins Cha-ching. Now, I've played very little of this game. I don't even own it. I played it with my friends' 3DSs. But when I did play, and using other people's opinions, the game is junk food. You enjoy it, but you feel you feel bad for having it. But again, that's from Scott the Was. He told me that. Well, I saw it from the video. Anyway, the new power-ups in this game, they brought back the Raccoon Mario from Mario 3 after Super Mario 3D World infamously got rid of it and brought back Tanuki Mario. But this time, you can actually fly with it now, which is great. And there's also a version which I don't think you can. No, it's not a version. No, you can turn the statue. My bad. But yeah, but this game, incredibly, is all about coins. Like, in every level, you can collect thousands of coins. Like, coins everywhere. That's, like, basically the entire game. Coins! Anyway, but yeah, the game is also, I'm pretty sure, has, like, 6 worlds and then, like, a couple of special worlds. I can't remember how many. The bosses this time, they brought back Reznor from Super Mario World, which is quite cool. I don't know what the bosses are, but, I honestly can't remember. I might do a review on this game when I actually play it, because I haven't really talked about it. But again, the controls feel a bit better than the Wii one, but a bit worse as well. Same with like running, and the music in these games are quite okay, to be honest. But yeah, that was also released in 2012 on the Nintendo 3DS. But yeah, let's move on to the Wii U one, releasing also in 2012 for some reason. Two Mario games releasing in a year, and they're both the same genre, and they're both in the same series. Like, ah! But yeah. As a launch title for the Nintendo Wii U, it was the first Mario game in HD, and I think they should have done a 3D Mario with this. I reckon they should have done Super Mario 3D World as it, maybe, or another Mario game, and put this one out later, like they do with the Wii with Mario Galaxy. And especially because we already got New Super Mario Bros. 2. And New Super Mario Bros. U is probably the most underwhelming Mario games of all time, or overwhelming, anyway. But yeah, the new power-ups, well, we've got the Acorn Suit, which is actually quite cool. It lets you glide in the air and gives you like a jump, and you can also spin jump really high with it. You've got a better version of it, which lets you fly infinitely. You get that if you find Nabbit. Like with the Toads in Mario Wii, you can catch Nabbit. I don't think that it's required for 100%. But it is like a goal. You can get. If you get a reward, you get the power up. But yeah, again, this game has 8 worlds. However, this time they're all connected, like it was a Super Mario World. A nice touch, and actually, made the game feel a bit. If you could compare it a bit, it felt a bit different. But yeah, again, the new power ups I already talked about. But new power ups, you only got 2, and that's something that feels a bit, they should have added more, okay? Maybe brought back the Tanuki flower, but I guess you really got a flying power up. Okay, and the level design, again, amazing. Some are better than Mario Wii's, but some are much worse than some of Mario Wii's mediocre stages, which is why I prefer the level design for Mario Wii. But again, Mario U has much better controls again, and it runs a lot better on the Wii U, with the 720p HD. On the Switch version, it runs even better. Before we talk talk about that. In 2013 was the 30 years of Mario Bros, which was Luigi's first game for the year of Luigi. Lots of Luigi games came out, like Dr. Luigi, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and an expansion to this game called New Super Luigi U. And it took like the same one map, same, controls, except Luigi was more floatier, and his shoes were really slippery. Anyway, it was really cool. And the level design, you only got 100 seconds for each level, and the levels were all even better than in the normal game. Some levels are even better than Mario Wii. But the reason why I prefer Mario U is because, well, you have Luigi U, which is basically the same game, or a little bit shorter, but 2 games in one compared to the one game with less levels and looking a bit better. And it also, and it has more modes. It has a coin battle from those games where you have to battle your friends for coins. You had a free play where you could practice all the levels with your friends that you've unlocked. I guess that's cool. But I mean, in this game you can actually edit the coins with the Wii gamepad. You got Boost Rush mode where you have to play levels or all auto scroll and get coins to make it faster. I don't really like that mode very much. But yeah. And the challenges mode in the Wii U version, where you have many challenges to do, they're all really fun. You can also play as your Miis. They also have a challenge where you can use the Wii gamepad, gone from the Switch version, which reminds me, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe was released on January 11th, 2019. And it's a bit of an upgrade, I'm pretty sure the frame rate was improved, I don't know. 1080p looks a lot better. They added Toadette and Peachette, which was the Super Crown, which made the meme Bowsette. Honestly, quite cool for beginners. You can now play as Nabbit in the Mario version. You could in the Luigi version, and you can now play as all the characters in single player. Like you can play as Luigi and Mario U if you want. People say that the blue Toad was killed, but no, you probably know this by now, maybe only when the game launched, but if you hold down L, you'll turn it into Blue Toad. So yeah, I don't know why Blue Toad wasn't the only option, because I mean, Nintendo seems to be done in Yellow Toad with 3D World and stuff. But yeah, New Super Mario Bros. U was a nice upgrade to the New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Was a quite cool review to the original update to the original one. I don't know why we got this before 3D World on the Switch, but again, I'm not complaining. And that was a New Super Mario Bros. Series. Now, the problems with this series are, the same things over and over again. They basically look like each other. Like, what's the difference? Like, if you show this with people in the know, they wouldn't be able to tell like these games apart. Besides, like the visuals and stuff. The level design is very similar. Like it reuses old assets. The games are very junk foodish, like with New Super Mario Bros. 2. So this video's gone on for quite long, so I'm going to end off here. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to be returning more to this series, doing it more, more of it. So yeah, bye guys.